Hey everyone, welcome back to well actually, I don't know if this is going to be part 3 or 4 because last part I recorded was a little bit too long. So I don't know if I'm going to split it into 2 parts, but we'll see. So welcome back to part 3 or 4, it depends on, what I did. But yeah, we're going to be continuing playing What Remains of Edith Finch. So let's buckle up, get ready, because you already know what this game is about now. And how it's like. But where do I go now? Oh, right here.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Huh.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton. Louis. Dawn.
And to see kids in the house again.
Edith.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
That's a pretty cool spot, not gonna lie. Like, this would be a cool house. But the memories
And for a while,
happen.
things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Homeschool. To teach to learn, Dawn Finch. See? Rich ass family. The curse. History. Myth. Huh.
The
Oh,
beginning
hell
of the
no.
end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
A castle? Damn. We're pretty high up, too. Milton, the one who went missing. So are we gonna find out
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
what happened now? Oh, that's cute. He was a painter and artist. That's it?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Well, I wonder what happened. He painted a door. And he said bye. Wonder if that was a metaphor for something. So I'm slow sometimes, guys. I'm sorry.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Where do we go now?
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Huh.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
For what?
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
That sounds just like me, bruh. Hold on, let me go this way. This is his room. They all had such unique rooms too.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Girl.
That part of him lived on.
No. What? Get in here. Yeah, 'cause you have a hookah, marijuana, weed. He was about that life. What is this?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
what?
wander.
Oh. Oh. What am I?
I asked him to describe it.
Let me cut these fish first.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Bats and toads.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh, these fish.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then.
This is cool, but like...
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Huh.
Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia.
Oh, wow.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
Okay.
He talked about starting a band.
That's nice.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery, but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him.
It struck
That
him.
all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination,
Yeah.
so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor,
An election for me,
and he won.
of course.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Louisville.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even
do you
as his
mean?
mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Oh, wow. It was like he was addicted to this.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Beautiful prince.
beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for
Radiant rainbows?
radiant rainbows.
I don't know. Oh, I missed that.
He followed the sound of his
Silver heart.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
I'm like very into this story.
Even then, his logic
That's why I'm
remained
like
sound.
so quiet. Now I can't even see the fucking knife.
He knew
and
the
shit.
world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
What did he become?
someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Interesting.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh, what the hell? We're in... Oh, are we in the cannery? Yeah. This is his stuff, of course.
He began to forget the world we know.
Huh.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
So this is something that he wanted to do.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
I don't blame him. Lewis. He's not even doing nothing anymore.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Wow. He was gone.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
It's kind of cool though.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Witches.
Bend down his head.
That's a guillotine. Or how do you say it? Guillotine, waiting. Oh my gosh.
And the rest I think you know.
Wow.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
So he
My brother was really
chopped
cool.
his head off.
I wish you could have met him.
Wow. And that's why he fantasized a whole different him. And he was doing drugs and shit. Bitch, get out! I can relate to a certain level where, you know. But yeah, that's just off.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Really? Oh. Oh my god, this shit is annoying.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be
Oh,
something other than just a Finch.
right. There's an exit right here.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. but I understand why we left.
Just so many bad memories here.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
One could go crazy.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
What happened?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Huh.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Oh,
or
this
that Edie
entrance.
had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The curse?
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Oh,
I think
wow.
it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
I mean,
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
it is crazy, but like, it's just wow. Makes sense why everyone's, history of the
Dear
Finches.
There's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Oh,
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I
that's
never
what they were
thought
looking through the
I'd go back
telescope.
to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Can't
I
see.
got turned around.
What in the...
I started seeing things.
Deers? What else?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Where is she saying this? I don't know. Oh, right here.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Yeah.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
This is
After
just
that,
sad.
we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
Wow.
Until I found out about you.
What?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
That's a heartbeat.
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Dang.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Oh, because she
I
was
guess if you're reading
pregnant.
this now, things didn't work out that way.
Right?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Damn. In the new house. Wow. This game was something else, truly. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed or knew this, but I did get emotional sometimes while playing this. But I just tried not to, let it show because I was playing. But, wow. This game was something else for real. It was such a good game too. I really enjoyed playing this. I've had this for a while now, I just didn't get to finish it, but I'm glad that I did. But dang. Just so many ups and downs, like so many deaths too, it's crazy. It's now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Oh, I see what they mean now. Wait, I missed someone? Who's Odin? Was it even possible to miss people? I'm confused. We're about to find out though. Oh, it's his. We didn't replay his story. Did we
The
not?
room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Of course.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Oh shit.
Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Odin's daughter Eddie.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Huh. I can't believe I missed that, bruh.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay, I did everyone. That's right. Yeah, I did everyone. Everything ends. Barely got that trophy. Wow, can't believe I missed that. But yeah, that's the end of the game, and whew, just wow, so many stuffs. But I really did enjoy this game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And you know, enjoyed going through this with me. And yeah, hopefully, you know, we'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what game we're gonna play, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.